Hey, what's up, everybody? Okay, I know I'm really late on this video because J.Lo's Vegas Residency is ending in 2 weeks on September 29th. But you know what? Hey, better late than never. Okay. Okay. Anyways, so I got to do the meet and greet with J.Lo twice. 2016, which was the first year she started, and then 2018, the last time I met her was actually last May during Memorial Weekend, which was the exact same time that I met her 2 years ago. So anyways, just to, I want to share my experience with you guys because let me tell you something, okay? The meet and greet with J.Lo, I promise you it was worth every penny. Like, it really was. So let me take you back to 2016, all right? So how you purchase the meet and greet ticket is you go to jlovegas.com where you can purchase any tickets you want. And then at the end of the page, it's going to ask you if you want to add on a meet and greet with J.Lo, which I thought was really cool that the way they did that, because you know how there are other singers out there, you know, that you have to purchase like certain VIP package, which probably costs you like an arm and leg that will include a meet and greet. And sometimes, you know, the seats aren't even that great, you know. But the one thing I loved about J.Lo's Vegas show is that you can add a meet and greet ticket to any type of tickets you want. So basically, if you bought a cheap ticket at a cheaper price where you sit in far in the, you know, way in the back, you can add on a J.Lo ticket, a J.Lo meet and greet ticket, you know, and the cost of it is only $1,500. So anyways, I purchased the gold section, which is where you stand only in front of the stage. So it's like a standing pit, and I stood like right in front. So how you do it is, if you purchase a meet and greet ticket, you cannot get it from your phone. You can't print it out at home or anything like that. You actually have to pick up the ticket on the day of your show. Excuse me. I'm rambling. So, what I did was, the show was at Planet Hollywood, and I stayed at the same hotel, so that way I wouldn't have to go far. I just go right downstairs to the show. The day of the show, I went to the VIP box office, which is on the right side of the entrance to the venue. You tell them your name. They'll give you a little envelope that will include three things. One is your main ticket to get into the show, and then a voucher for your free souvenirs, because it includes souvenirs, which I'll show you later. And then there is a colored wristband. And the colored wristband, you have to wear it because that will be your only way to prove that you're doing the meet and greet. And also, one of the coolest things that includes in the meet and greet is you also get early access into the venue as well, which I thought was really cool. So I showed up, the show started at 9, but I showed up like around 7:30 because, you know, being such a paranoid person that I am, I want to make sure that I was, you know, there early so I can get an amazing spot. Because, you know, the standing pit there's no assigned spots, you know, it's like first come, first serve. Once you grab a spot, you got to stay there. So, I got there at 7:30, got in line with all the VIP people, and they started letting us in really early, way before all of the regular admissions can gain access to the theater. As soon as I walked in, right, I power walked. That's what I should recommend you guys to do too. You know, get there early, get there as early as you can, and then as soon as they let you into the venue, power walk or run. Who the fuck cares? Or just, you know, just make your way down to the pits, and once you find your spot, stay there. Okay, it's a wait, you know, like it's an hour wait, but hey, it's worth it, because if you move, someone's gonna take your spot, you're fucked. So anyways, I power walked my way down to the stage, and down to the standing pit, sorry, and I walked right in front of the stage. So I was like dead up front, like this was my view right here. So I stood there, Waited about an hour, yeah, my legs were getting tired, but I don't care. So the show started at promptly at 9 o'clock. Amazing from beginning to end. J.Lo sang live. She danced her ass off. She was sexy as fuck. She interacted with the crowd. It was just what a concert was supposed to be, And those of you who are big fans of J.Lo knows exactly what I'm talking about. Like she puts like 110% into everything she does, whether it's movies and music, whatever. And to the people who knows me really well, like my close friends and family, they know that I'm a huge, huge J.Lo fan, like huge J.Lo fan. When I found out that she was doing the Vegas show, I said to myself, I need to do the meet and greet. I don't care about the cost. I don't care if anyone doesn't go with me. I need to do this. Because if I don't do this now, I may never do this again. And for some reason, I had a feeling in my gut that the meet and greet was going to be fantastic, because if you can see J.Lo when she does interviews, red carpet events or whatever, when you see her on TV and you see how like, gracious, very classy, very sincere, very humble, very nice. I'll tell you in a minute, but that's exactly how she is in person. So after the show was over, okay, you had to go to this assigned section that was like on the far left corner of the venue. After the show was over, everybody's like leaving. You walk up to I think from what I can recall, I think it was section 201. I'm not sure, don't quote me. But I went up to the section 201 and I saw some staff members there, dressed in their tuxedos. One of them had a clipboard. I went up to them and said, hi, I'm here for the meet and greet. And they said, okay, what's your name? And you tell them your name. And then they look at the wristband to see what color you have, right? And the reason why everybody had different colors was because it's breaking up into groups. So I checked in. They told me where to sit. So I sat down. And after that, the whole theater was empty, and what's left are just the people that are there to do the meet and greet. So I sat there and I met these two really nice girls, because I went by myself. So I sat there and I met these two really nice girls that all three of us, we didn't know each other, but they too also was doing the meet and greet by themselves. I'm like, okay, cool. So we sat and, we talked obviously about J.Lo, what we loved. And finally the director comes out, he comes out to say hi to all of us and go over the rules. Okay. And the rules were basically, when you meet Jennifer, you can't run up to her. You can't go crazy like, oh my God, you can't do that. Be respectful. You got to be calm. They remind you, that she's a human being just like all of us, so you got to treat her with respect. Don't grab her. Don't kiss her. You can hug her. You can say whatever you want to say to her, but you can't have long conversations. You got to put your phone away, because there'll be a professional photographer that will take the picture for you, so no selfies and, and if you have gifts, you can't give it to her directly, basically. So I'm like, what? Who brings gifts? And when I looked around, nobody had gifts, but I guess it's part of the rules. So the director said, if you have gifts, if you have a card or something you want to give to Jennifer, give them to the person that will be standing next to her. And he said, he promised it will get to her. So after the rules were mentioned, it takes about an hour after the show. And by the way, I'm sorry, I don't mean to ramble. Let me just mention this for a second. I thought it was a really good idea for the meet and greet to take place after the show, not before the show. It was after the show, so it gives Jennifer some time to, freshen up, relax, because, she put on a 2-hour amazing show. So just gives her time to relax, freshen up, change into a whole new different wardrobe. Okay, so fast forward. We were allowed to go on stage to take pictures of all the props. And they also have 2 backdrops, that people can take pictures with, and you can walk around the whole entire stage, looking at props. You can't touch anything, but which I thought was really, really cool too. Like, oh my God, you get to go on stage. What Jennifer was just dancing like momentarily ago. Okay, so we go on stage, walked around, take pictures, and then finally, when it was time for Jennifer to come down, Jennifer was backstage. So everybody had to get in line. And they would tell you, okay, yellow wristbands, purple wristbands, green wristbands, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You guys, they tell you what order you have to get in. So I was assigned to the first group. And I was like, holy shit, like, I was just like, oh my God, this is really happening. I'm meeting Jennifer. Holy shit. So me and the two girls that I made friends with, we were in the back of the line. And I purposely wanted to go dead last. Okay. So they have you line up. Okay. They remind everybody put your phones away, please. Remember the rules. Don't run up to her. Just walk up to her calmly and take your picture. And you can say whatever you want to say to her. But, and they also, note, don't take forever. Like, don't be rambling on. And so, anyways, the line was getting closer, right? And then there she was, like, she was standing behind the backdrop that says, J.Lo, all I have. And so the two girls, I made the two girls in front of me go first because I really wanted to go last. And then when it was my turn, okay, it was my turn, I walked up to Jennifer, like, I was really calm, you can't, like I said, you can't go crazy. So as I'm walking up to her, I'm like, hi, Jennifer, hello. And she goes, hi, how are you? I'm like, I'm fine. It's so nice to finally meet you. And then my voice started breaking. And then of course I started crying, but I wasn't like, oh my God. Like, I wasn't like that, So I just said, it's so nice to finally meet you. And she's like, oh, come here. So and then she gives me a hug, she goes, oh, please don't cry. And I'm like, I said, I'm sorry. I've been waiting 17 years for this. And I kept saying, I love you. And of course she hears these things all the time. So, I told her, I love you. And blah, blah, blah. And she goes, are these happy tears? I said, yes, they're very, very happy tears. Yes. And so I'll show you the pictures at the end. Okay. So, we take the picture, and then after you take the picture, you get to go ahead and say whatever you want to say to her, like they said, don't ramble on, say what you need to say. So I'm not going to tell you what I said to her, but I told her what I wanted to say, and then the most important thing was I wanted to show her my tattoo, and basically it's, I don't know, right here, it says, love don't cost a thing. I wanted to show her that because I wanted to tell, basically it's just to show her, this is how much you mean to me. Like, I got your song, like, tattooed on my arm. She looked at it, and she was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Don't you forget that, okay? I said, I won't ever forget it. I thank you so much, So I gave her one more hug. And then as I'm walking off, they hand you this card. And this card is basically like a barcode scanner, and a website is where you can retrieve your picture online. So they don't print out the picture for you like some concerts do, but for J.Lo's meet and greet, you get a card, and you can get it online, like give it at least 2 hours after the show, so it gives time for the photographer to upload everything. So as I'm walking off, the two girls were waiting for me outside, and all three of us, we just looked at each other like, oh my God, you guys, oh my gosh, we finally met her. And as a bonus, okay, the exit made us walk right back into the venue. And just as we're walking back in, at that time, she was still dating Casper. We walked in and we saw Casper standing there talking to someone. And we're like, oh my gosh, that's Casper. Should we ask him for a picture? And the two girls, they were kind of shy. They were kind of nervous. So I was like, oh, what the fuck? I was like, Casper, can we grab a picture with you really quick? And he said, sure, why not? So as a bonus, I got to take a picture with Casper. So anyways, so that was my 2016 meet and greet. Now, fast forward 2018, which was so right now September, right? So just last May. Okay, this was recently. Okay, I wasn't planning on. I wasn't expecting to do another Vegas show, J.Lo Vegas show. But the reason why I chose to do it was because I had vacation time coming up again from work. So I was like, oh my gosh, let me see if J.Lo's there. And surprisingly, she was. So, of course, I had to do the meet and greet again. Because this was her last year before she ended her Vegas show. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna have to do it. I don't fucking care. I'm gonna do it. So everything was basically the same, like how I explained to you guys. You know, you pick up the tickets the day of the show, show up really, really early so you can get early access to the venue, run to your spot so you can, it's a first come, first serve, run to your spot and stay there, all right? Now, fast forward, everything, same thing again, you know, report to the section, check in. The rules this time was slightly different. The director, it was a different director this time. He came out to let us know the rules. Basically, don't run up to her, blah, 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 no kissing. And some of the things that has changed was this time, no gifts, and you can't hug her. You can shake her hand, but you can't hug her because apparently, you know, some idiots in the past, you know, kind of ruined the moment for us. They grabbed her, you know, so tightly and blah, blah, blah. So, you know, that's why the rules kind of slightly changed. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh no, like, I really want to hug Jennifer, but I don't want to get in trouble. So I'm like, okay, I got to come up with some kind of strategy so I can get a hug from her, you know? And basically I had to I had to think about what I want to say to her this time. And say something different this time than the last time. So, okay, so fast forward, we go on stage, you know, look at the props, take pictures, whatever, get in line. Once again, I was assigned to the first group. And this time I didn't make any friends. So, it was just me and myself, which I didn't care, you know, because I'm here for myself. I'm here to see J.Lo. I'm not here to make friends or whatever. So, purposely, I went last again. Okay, and as the line was moving, okay, and there she was backstage with her backdrop, new backdrop by the way, amazing outfit, totally hot. Everybody in front of me got a handshake, right? So what happened was this time she shook your hand, you take the picture and you say what you want to say to her and then you walk off. It was my turn. I walked up to her, hi, how are you? Which is what Jennifer said, you know, hello, how are you? You know, so I shook her hand. I was like, I'm fine, Jennifer. Oh my God, it's so nice to finally see you again. And she goes, oh, thank you. Oh my God, again? I said, yes, this is my second time. She goes, oh my God, thank you so much for coming again. Did you enjoy the show? I said, Jennifer, of course I did. You know, she goes, oh, thank you. So we take our picture, okay? After the picture was taken, and then she turns and looks at you because she knows she's going to give you the chance to say what you want to say to her. And I'm not going to tell you what I said, but what I said to her, it really hit to heart. And of course, I didn't bawl, you know, like I did the first time, but you know, my voice started breaking because of what, you know, of what I wanted to say to her. And then she said, "Oh," she hugged me. I was the only one in the group to get a hug from her. So, you know, and it wasn't a tight hug, you know, obviously not, you know, so it was just like, you know, just, you know, like a quick hug. And then, you know, and then I showed her my tattoo one more time, you know, like, do you, and she goes, of course I remember, you're the only one that has that amazing tattoo, you know, and then she, you know, she said, well, thank you so much for coming again, sweetheart. I hope to see you again. Okay. And I said, and then, you know, before I walked off, I just said, I love you so much, Jennifer. Thank you. And then as you walk off, they hand you this card, which is when you retrieve it online. So you have to give it at least 2 hours. And, but here's the funny thing, which I didn't recall the first time I met her in 2016. When I was trying to go online, you know, trying to retrieve my picture, I noticed that my picture was blurry. And I'm like, okay, why isn't it clear? And then there was a $20 fee to download the picture. I was like, what? I'm like, hold on. Did I pay $20 in 2016? I really don't remember. But I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. I don't know if Jennifer, had anything to do with this, but fine, whatever. I'm not gonna complain. It's only $20 more. I don't care. Whatever. Blah 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 blah. So, oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention too is after you do the meet and greet, you exit through the lobby, and that's where you you go to the souvenir stand, and then you hand them your voucher so you can pick up your souvenir. And they hand you a black bag that says Jennifer Lopez, and in it includes an autograph poster, which I'll show you in a second, an autograph poster, a lanyard, and yeah, I think that's it. So these two, obviously I got two because I did it 2 times. This is the lanyard, the VIP lanyard that I got from the show. Okay, and then I'll show you the picture too. So, okay, so this picture was when I met her in 2016. Let me clear so it doesn't. I know there's a glare. So this is the first time we met. You can see like how we were hugging. Like this will be my most favorite picture. Obviously, you know why? Because, I get to hold her, so tightly. But note, in 2018, which is the last time I saw her, she didn't do that this time with fans, which, I can understand it, which is fine. At least I got this one first. So this was first. And then our newest picture is this one. This one right here. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, right here. So that's our newest picture together. See, she looked amazing, amazing. Oh my God, I love it so much. And then let me show you the poster, which I have framed, both of them. So this one right here, you get an autograph poster right here. I'm sorry, I know it's not clear, but right here. So you get an autograph poster, which is right there. That's her autograph. And then I framed it, of course. And of course I include, the picture of me and her first met. And then this is my second poster. You get an autograph right there. And then I included my picture in the frame right there. So, anyways. Yeah, so that was my experience meeting J.Lo in Vegas. Okay. And let me just tell you guys once again, okay, even though, to some of you guys, it may be too expensive, whatever, but I promise you, she makes it absolutely worth your penny. Why? Because she actually interacts with you. She was very, very nice. She was beautiful, gorgeous, smells so good. Oh my gosh, she smells so good. And, she talks to you. She hugs you if you're lucky, like me. So there you go. So, guys, remember her residency tour ends on the 29th of this month. September 29th will be her last show. So I know, like I said, I'm very late to do the review, but like I said, better late than never, because so many people, I saw on YouTube, share their experiences, and I was like, what the fuck? Why didn't I think of doing that? Because as a big social media whore myself, I share my experience on my Facebook and Instagram, but not on YouTube. I was like, what the fuck? So, anyways, if you're gonna do the meet and greet with J.Lo, I promise you it's worth it. Go see the show. It's amazing. I recommend getting the standing pit, but if you're going with a group of friends, get the VIP pass, get the VIP treatment, and then to top it off, when you meet her, you would just, I'm telling you, like, it's just absolutely, and it's an experience you can't miss, okay? I promise you that. I promise. So anyways, if you plan to go to J.Lo this time of month before the 29th, have fun. See you guys later.